See, I've got them all in here somewhere. Hello there, only one Kenobi here, only one, by the way. I'm going to show you all my MOC cards. MOC, you say? MOC, mint on card. 80s retros, I've got retro. Oh, I don't mean retro, bloody hell. No, I mean vintage 80s, original 80s cards I've got mixed in here. We're pointing over this direction because this is the original trilogy and they're in here somewhere. So I've got 6 in total, including a graded one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them off the wall in here and take them through to the other room where there's some natural light and we can look at them properly. But this video, I want to look at my vintage 80s collection to date. It's few and far between that I get them because they can, the world's smallest violin playing just for only one Kenobi, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's go find them. Well, I'll show you now. There's one there. There's another one here. And oh, this one is just love this one. And up here, this is an impressive one. And finally, final one there, Ree-Yees, because it goes with that one. And then finally, he's on the floor because I don't quite know where to put him yet, but this, my first ever graded carded figure of any variety. Let's go take a closer look at him. Boom. Okay, here we are. So the first one is, it should be Ree-Yees. That's the first one I got. I'll do it in order of when I received them. It was just by accident that I found this, because on the eBay I don't usually look for, you know, vintage 80s, but this is because I was looking at a seller, you know, his other items basically. So then I found this and sent it to Blacked Out Ewoks and said, you know, is this a good price? And he said, yeah, it's all right. So I mean, look at the condition of this one's not so good. Veining. Obviously, the yellowing isn't as bad as you can get because, you know, a lot of these do go yellow. Return of the Jedi. It's Hong Kong, I believe. Let's have a look on the back. Please do let me know in the comments how you would grade these. You know, what do you think they would fetch? It's punched. Some more veining on the back there. 77 back. 1983. Taiwan it's made, sorry. It's not Hong Kong. Still nice. Then after that, I was on a mission to get Gamorrean guards, as you know, or Gamorrean guards. I knew I was going to close the deal or find one of these. But my vintage 80s on Gamorrean, Ryan Byrne, doesn't stop here because I'm after one with a clear bubble, and that will be the MIM, aka Made in Mexico. But you know, you can get away with it because head on, right? You see the yellow bubble, you can't really tell because it's kind of a greeny, yellowy, orangey. Orange? What am I talking about? A greeny yellow kind of colour anyway. So head on, it looks all right, but sideways on, you can obviously tell it's yellow in that bubble, as do a lot of them. But I've seen a lot worse. I've seen some that are really dark. What do you think? What do you think of that one? It's very yellow, I agree, but I've seen a lot worse. Let's get a bit closer on this one. You can see it's an unpunched card. Very nice. Keep it in a star case. I've not got any acrylics for these. Bit of a ding there. And as it's a really good condition, the bubble. There's no you know, cracks in it or crinkles. 77 back again. And it's Hong Kong this. But I'd love to get the MIM because that is a clear bubble. I'm yet to see one that is, you know, not creased. But you know, you're gonna have to pay extra money for that. Then after that I went to Echo Base. No, I didn't. Wrong. The next one I got was this, which was awesome, which you've seen before, but I'm going to show you a close-up of it. Be wary that, you know, in natural light here, it's not going to be forgiving for any yellowing. It shows up everything natural light. If you go into a room with electronic light, it disguises or bleaches stuff out. But here you will get a really good sense of how clear this bubble is. And I hate having it in here now, even though I'm only going to be in here for a few minutes, because I want this just away from any natural light, because this is a really clear bubble. It's a great specimen, this. You'll see how clear it is there. It's doing well as well because the sellotape is you'll see that the sellotape is doing really well. There's lots of life left in that before that comes peeling off. And you see, it goes all the way to there and then also as far down as there. You see that there? I've seen worse on modern VOTC. So it's doing all right. This is really good condition. This is very much like a blacked out Ewoks video, this. I'm just looking and talking, waffling. No, well, you know what I mean. Just giving you a good look at it, because as opposed to me showing these off to you and, you know, giving you a closer look, I want your opinion on them. How would they grade? I do have a stand I could have put these on, but I'm using it and I can't get into it at the minute. It's in one of my glass cabinets. But it doesn't matter. And here's the back, 65 back. There's the blacked out Ewoks there, literally the blacked out Ewoks. 1983, Hong Kong this as well, you see. So look how well this is going, this bubble, compared to the likes of that Gamorrean guard. So that's a really good piece, that. Really happy with that one. Let's just pop him there for a second. And then next, what else? After that, I went to Echo Base Live and I got this. And I was looking around for ages. Really, I was looking for, you know, a MIM Gamorrean. I was looking for an AT-AT driver. But nothing was floating my boat. There was an AT-AT driver there at Echo, but it was terrible. The bubble was all crushed and the price was ridiculous. So I thought, nah. Then I came across this. And I got a really good deal on this. It was listed at a price, £160 the guy wanted for it. But then I managed to get it for 135. So we did a little bit of a negotiation. I don't mind sort of disclosing the price of this. Because, you know, it's graded as well. So I looked at the fact that it was graded, and then I sort of went round sheepishly. I saw people like Chocolate Chip Wookie and others, and I told them what I got and what I got it for, and then most people have fed back and said that's, you know, that's decent. Graded 80. There you go, there's the specs there. UKG, never ever had anything graded before. Well, obviously, I've not sent this away to be graded. This was already graded, which is nifty. That's the price I got it for. And then if you look at the, there is a tiny split apparently at the top there. Come on. There you go. Which is nothing really. I think it's that top corner there, just where it meets the card. There's the weapon, that's loose. But the good thing about this one apparently as well is the cloak, which is just behind, tucked away, which is quite a nice thing to have. You can get variances of that, I'm told. And here's the back. It's punched, sadly. There is a crease on the card as well. I'll try and find it for you. But if it grades 80 with the crease, I wonder what these others will fetch. There is the crease right here. So this is amazing that this got graded at 80 with that. Which is like move this camera around a bit. Try and get less sheen. Obviously you don't need to comment with this one, it's already been graded. I'm so sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm making a right meal of it. There you go. You know, if that can grade at 80 with that crease on it, then, and it's punched. Used to say the others can't grade higher. Speaking of which, I'll show you now the next one I got. Which I was really pleased. If you want to know, you know, what's floating me boat in terms of what I'm buying, I'm not going to be getting a lot of these things. I'm only going to get the ones that suit my modern collection, and of which that brings us now to Leia poncho. And because I've got like the other two, I've got the one they released this year of Leia, the VOTC one, which was 2004, I believe. It might be 2006. But then this one, I just saw it on Dark Side Alliance, which is the group I've been using. Look at this card back. This just looked like it was minted yesterday. So good. Very, very clear bubble. Really nice. Hong Kong as well. So, I mean, look at the comparison. Hong Kong of the Gamo, right? And look how yellow that is. And look how clear. This is the clearest bubble I think I have for vintage 80s. Followed closely by that TIE Fighter, which is unheard of, really. Well, rare, I guess. I don't know. I'm a novice. I'm new to this. From my understanding. Anyway, that's lovely, that card back. And the weapon is also doing well. It's on its original blue tack? Bloody hell. Sellotape. Look at that lovely card back. That is just so fresh. That should really get these graded. There is a crease, actually. Look, you see, just right there on the back. I just spotted it now. But that's inoffensive, that, isn't it? And there's the Rancor there, the other stuff on the offer. It's Canadian, this card. So it's Canadian, but made in Hong Kong, right? So for the Canadian market, I guess that's why you get the French. Oui? Ah oui, bien sûr. D'accord. And then finally, this came today. I've been in touch with Dark Side Alliance. There was a little bit of damage on this that was not sort of specified or seen in the original pictures. It's going to be tough to get this out. Hang on a minute. And we've come to an arrangement about this. But there is Wicket W. Warwick. This was the problem with it this morning when I opened it for the Patreon video I filmed. That and that there, a little bit of pressing, was not sort of... I couldn't see it. It wasn't specified, should we say, in the original photographs. It's just a mistake, you know. But anyway, they've been reasonable about it and they've done a partial refund on it, which is great. So, because I'd sooner keep it, because I can't guarantee. He did offer to, you know, send me another one if one comes available, but I can't guarantee another one will. It might be worse. It might not have that, but it might have damage elsewhere. So I've settled with this. You know, Tim, Bosk's Bounty, he's very particular about conditions. And because I'm, you know, starting out my vintage 80s career here, I'm happy to take this because, you know, it's not my worst kind of weathering. I'm going to do a video about my modern vintage collection because I've got a few early examples of cards like Jango Fett. That it's unpunched my Jango Fett, but it's got a little bit of something like that on it, but I don't mind that. What I hate is creases and veins and bubbles that are crushed. So though I was really surprised at that, and it was a bit of a disappointment, if you want to see the Patreon video, you can see my reaction when I saw it because I was not expecting it. And I was like, what? But anyway, that softens the blow a little bit, the fact that there's been a partial refund, which is great. But I can live with it, you know. I can live with that. It's not perfect, but I can live with it. But what would you tolerate? I think it's because I think the rest of it looks so good, and I know that it's very hard to get one that isn't as yellow as... I think they all go yellow, right, from my understanding. But it's just interesting. So I'm going to do a video. I'm going to go through all my vintage modern collection, and I'm going to look at some of the early examples, which, to be honest, they've been in a star case since I bought them. And I was so surprised. The other week, I think I was looking at something. I took it out of the star case and I thought, oh my God, it's got a crease on it. Never knew it did. Because back when I first got the vintage collection, 2015, 2016, I just was ticking boxes. I was just getting stuff up. I always was looking for things that were unpunched, definitely. But in terms of other bits of condition, that's something I have looked at in more recent years, you know. I never really cared too much about it. I do now. But, so I'm going to go hunting for my old collection and look at some examples of damage and weathering and stuff, and, you know, just go looking for it and see what state my stuff is in, basically. I know that a lot of my stuff now is pristine because I've got it, you know, from the factory, you know, because it's Vintage Collection version 2, or the Vintage Collection 2, which has come mint. But anyway, these are all right. They're great, in fact, and, there's Squid Head as well to join them. Thank you. I hope you have enjoyed having a look at my vintage 80s collection. Sorry about the waffle, but you know, you learn from the masters in terms of waffle. And yes, thank you for all the support that you have given me. Blacked Out Ewoks, Tim from Bosk's Bounty, Mystery Mando, you've been great. And also John, Ruler, the action figure grader, and anyone else who's given me advice along the way for vintage 80s collecting. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one. out.